Yeah.
Airbus flies in and out.
Out of the blue of the western sky comes
Runway DFW.
Live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, this is Runway DFW, in color. Now, here is your host, Walt Zwerko.
And a very pleasant good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you may be on this big blue marble. It's Walt with the most current edition of Runway DFW, live on this Saturday, May 27th, 2023. So, welcome. We're glad you could be with us, and I very much apologize for being about, 12 minutes late. I was having problems getting one of our 4 cameras set up, and so it will remain unset up. So let's see. We've got a big plane coming in here. Hang on there. Sorry, I couldn't turn the music off because I wanted to get this plane for you. Okay, so finally, we are on the air. That was American Flight 1980 coming in from Los Angeles, a Dreamliner -8. And so, okay, now let's get started on this edition of Runway DFW. We are coming to you live from the friendly confines of Founders Plaza here at DFW Airport on this Saturday afternoon. It's an overcast day. The thermometer here says 91 degrees. As you can see, our vehicle's parked a little further away than it normally is. But
the R2D2 plane, the C3PO, and
so let's say hello to everyone, including BK. Hello to you. Our friendly moderator and member, Jody Peak, says, welcome everyone to Runway DFW. Thank you for joining us today. Trish B, another Runway DFW member, says, good afternoon, Walt. Mr. Tank 2010 says United is sending a 737-800 on June 2nd to Harrisburg. Well, that'll be something to celebrate there in Pennsylvania. Abraham says, good afternoon, Walt. Let's see. Just the Facts Man, another Runway DFW member, says, I see 2 747s arriving in an hour or so, so we will certainly be on the lookout for those. Bill Caldham in Arkansas says, good afternoon, Walt. Kevin Kelly says, Walt, how are you today? Is it Runway Fort Worth time? Well, it's Runway Dallas Fort Worth time, I guess. Louise Molds greets us from Australia. BNE. Now that, let's see, what would that be? Is that a state of Australia? I apologize for not knowing. Runway DFW member Dogwood67 says, evening Walt, mods, and fellow plane spotters. James Webb, a Runway DFW Quad Jet member and friend of the channel, says he's wearing my Runway DFW hoodie. And yes, he sent me a picture. I haven't had time to reply to it, but I did see, James, your picture come in of your Runway DFW gear, which we do have. And I guess it's a little quiet now. I'll show you. We do have gear now. We've got swag. Gear and swag. There's the official Runway DFW packable jacket. You got your t-shirts, although that's not a very good representation of the t-shirts, I have to say. I mean, they look better in person from my perspective, but that's what it looks like. You got your hats. You got your hoodies in various colors, and of course, you have to have a mug. So those are what's on offer at streamlabs.com/runwaydfw/merch. Lots of slashes in there. And maybe at some point I'll get that address moved over to runwaydfw.com. But for now, that's where it is. So that's our promotional message for the afternoon. And there you go. Okay. So, and again, thank you to James and to, there's several people who've picked up on the merchandise. So, Jet Fuel, a member of Runway DFW, says, hi, you Walt.
Angel, my friend Trent, he's sick because they're up because
and let's see.
Is that you in the blue shirt? They must have broke out the binoculars. I'll tell you, the best place to see him is...
And Epic Toastman, a member of this channel, who also has his own YouTube channel at which he streams live. He was here last night. So if you like DFW stuff, check out Epic Toastman. And even if you just like aviation, check his channel out. And he says, I have a membership milestone available now. So good for you. He's growing his channel as we all have to start. Wellington Flights Live, another who is with us, says, good morning, Walt, Runway DFW, 4:46 a.m. here in Melbourne, awake early as I am still in New Zealand time. So yes, he's traveling. Wellington Flights Live with another YouTube channel. Be sure to check that out. Delta is ready when you are. This one coming in from Salt Lake City. This A340. That's flight 1202. Where's my little clicker? We've got an American Airlines flight taking off to Los Angeles. It's flight 1331, an Airbus A321. It's taking off low and slow here on this Saturday afternoon. And up it goes.
Oh, no, it is. The 340, the dash 2, the engine is just so small. I think I could be slightly wrong, but I'm almost positive that it is literally just...
Well, I'm hoping our scanner works a little better this afternoon. If our new one doesn't, I may have to plug in the old one.
They're 4 narrow-body engines. They're heavy drivers. It's like whenever you see it depart, especially when they go north, they take, I mean, a good 10 minutes to get 10,000 people.
Epic Toast Man, who was here last night, and fortunately, he said with a very nice $1.99 super chat, and he said no sprinkler getting for me last night. That was good because we had our sprinkler getting on Thursday night, so maybe they alternate nights. Maybe I should scratch Thursday night off the list. So thank you for that. There is the automated acknowledgement for the Epic Toast Man super chat. First of the day, I think. And Jody Peak, who was very generous, gifted a Runway DFW membership, and it went to Wellington Flights Live. So good for you, and thank you. Just the Facts Man says we'll be headed to Founders Plaza later to see the British Airways A380 land in 3 hours. And hopefully we'll still be on the air by then.
I'm like, wow, the airport looked cool back in the day because there's 9,000 different carriers. And
Abraham says it'd be nice if you could put the local time above the temperature, as not everyone is in your time zone. Well, if you look in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, the local time is now and always is in the upper right-hand corner, just underneath our logo. So those two things come from different places, so I couldn't put them in. I tried putting the temperature in the upper right-hand corner near the time, and I thought it was just too cluttered up there. So it's a design decision from yours truly. So. Cheese and Wisco, Runway DFW member, with a very cool look at that striped livery from, what is that airline? I can't remember the name of that airline, but I love that livery. The Finnair Moomins livery is on the way, and hopefully it will land over on this side of the airport.
That can't be a baby's best.
We saw that when it made its debut here, and we have a separate, we broke that out as its own separate video, so if you want to see it then, but...
even the MD-10, like the converted cockpit ones, even FedEx is on it.
Arya's World says, what is your schedule for when you're at Founders Plaza, and when did you get merchandise? The merchandise came in about a couple of weeks ago, and honestly, I hadn't really thought about it too much. But people, people would occasionally ask, do you have merch? You have merch? And so I thought, well, I'll set that up. So it's there.
Yeah, because I didn't even realize it until I saw them in person. They have a center, like that center sphere. It's like, because like I've been in the I didn't know that this place existed. Some girl brought me like a day because I mentioned that I liked it.
We have one of our Runway DFW members in person here today, Angela Smith. She's just sitting right next over here with her camera.
Yeah. It's not the 80s anymore where you can get in front of the Jim's runway, just sit on the fence. Or
get so close that when the plane landed, the wing border seemed secure to the fence and listen.
What we got as far as wind today, it's there's the big American flag over next to the North Radar Tower, and it's blowing a little bit there. And I would like to thank A Few Trains is our newest member, and he sent a message, and I couldn't read it all there. See some people kind of picnicking on the grass here. That's American Eagle Flight 4191 from Springfield. Tammy says, I'd be scared to get in a plane myself, but I enjoy watching this channel. Well, hopefully we won't do anything scary. Louis DeHaan. a member of the channel. Good evening, Runway DFW Walt.
And then, I'm in the field, it's like sweet.
Happy to see you there.
They use like 1/7 left or something. It departed using 3/6.
The Sun Country coming into your view. It is going to Cancun, 737-800. There it is.
Well, I think there's a couple of 800s that have that one.
Yeah, it's going to turn and burn.
But typically that, they start doing this when it puts up. That's one of the largest guitar flights. That's the largest, but it's big.
And as it goes to Cancun, we've got an American Airlines Flight 1601 Airbus A321 arriving from Cancun. There it is. So they've got 2 Cancun planes coming and going there. And Cancun is one of the top destinations for aircraft from DFW Airport. Well, now, talk about taking a long time to take off. As we have discussed, and based upon my readings, apparently some planes are programmed to take off from a, while the planes can get up in the air very quickly, sometimes they, in order to conserve fuel, especially on a longer trip, or to be more efficient, they'll just they'll go easy on the accelerator pedal when they're taking off. I know that's not an official piloting term. This is American Flight 1510 going to Colorado Springs, a 737-800. Anyway, there's not too much wind today. What there is seems to be coming from the southeast by my reckoning.
I've yet to see them use.
Let's see, what does the airport say about... Yeah, southeast, 9 miles an hour, 82 degrees, overcast skies here at this large airport.
I've seen a bunch
The
of
second busiest in the world.
I don't know if it's the retro, but it's an older one. Yeah, it's the previous livery, which I had never seen.
We've got American Flight 1947 coming in from San Diego, California. It is on approach, final approach, I would say. It'll be an Airbus A321. Jordanis Heinen is our newest subscriber. Thank you, Jordanis.
Well, now, and then that Terminal F is going to be another satellite terminal to shuttle to. And it's only 15 gates. And it's just American gates. It's not for like international pads. It's just normal. And it's 1.3. It's a satellite building too. Like it's not.
So you're going to shuttle to it?
The
You're not going to park in front and go into it?
not from what I understand. Yeah.
They're going to build a...
It's dumb.
That's why it's rectangular, not curved like this.
It's just dumb. That's what it is. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that you have to shuttle to it. It would make sense to just park, but I think it's because that's like employee parking. It's dumb. Is what it is. It's dumb.
If not, 4 or 5 already like C-shaped buildings, why would you change that?
What I don't understand, because international, they're already fighting over who gets space in.
You can probably tell we've got a lot of people here hanging around, watching planes with us today. There's a United plane. United Airlines Flight 351. This is going to the Smile High city of Denver.
It's unreal because when the ice there's a cool spot right by the ice south.
Making the turn there on runway 18 left. It's 2 o'clock. And you are watching Runway DFW in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Waiting for that United plane to pull into the picture there, and there it is. Dates back to the turn of the century. It's a 2021 model.
I know this
I remember back when the
palette is not
when we
live right now.
when we went through that rigmarole regarding the turn of the century, that there were people who insisted that the turn of the century really didn't start until 2021. And, you know, technically they're probably right, but I don't think anybody else was buying it.
I've gotten that one once, but it's always what? Yeah, Lufthansa, Qatar, Finnair. It's just quite literally whichever way the wind blows. It's kind of how they decide.
You know, I think the logic was, well, when you're born, you're not 1 year old, you're 0 years old. So your birthday is on your first birthday. I don't know. It's
such a, if you look at pictures of the 350, it looks big. It's a really well proportioned plane, so you don't really get how big that plane really is. It's a little bit bigger, I think. Like than the new 777X, I think will be slightly larger. It's literally it's a 10 wide plane. It doesn't.
Well, I didn't mean to show you color bars.
They can fit 10 and they choose to fit 50 because they care about their body.
Quiet moment here as we await the arrival of American Airlines Flight 2896 from San Francisco. It'll be an Airbus A321, but we won't see it for another minute or two. It is still on the glide path, and I still do not know why we're not hearing anything from our scanneroo.
The GEX and GE90s you can fit a 737 fuselage inside of it, which is just, you can fit 6 people abreast.
Yeah, I may have to break out our other scanner. See if we can hear anything else. Maybe I have the wrong frequency. Well, I'll just have it scan around here and see what happens.
You know, that's one of my Redstone rocket action.
Those spool up, twice a day, every day, times all over the place now. When I was in Canada, have you seen the 330 with Aviation in Madrid?
All right, still waiting for this A321 to come in.
Either yesterday or the day before. We got lucky that right here. I think it's a nice looking plane.
American 1947 needs to be down. Good afternoon, taxi via Lima, Kilo 9, Kilo under the ramp today.
I really like You know what'll really throw you off is if you look up international carriers, look up their narrow bodies, the stuff you don't see here, like a Korean Air 730s. It just looks like a Photoshop plane. It doesn't look real. That's what I used to. Same way that American narrow bodies to everybody else really looks weird. But yeah, like seeing like a KLM, like Embraer or something. How did they get that? It's caught it 9 times.
ground, American 1405, your company, bridge, West Company.
Alright, taxi via Kudos family men at the hotel. Enter 20 to report start with 121.85 and then they'll send you over to me in a minute. Going up on 22.
See, Angela, you're smoking out of existence. I hate when they do that. They're like, we're going to work guys. I have a buddy that flies for Frontier, and he was coming in. He was filming coming in about 4 a.m. I was like, press 1 a.m.
I see our moderator Gerard in the house. Hello, Gerard. I see Mary Extraordinaire, a member of Runway DFW, asking, how am I? I'm happy you got merchandise. Well, thank you. And glad to have you here amongst our group.
Cross 18 left and right, taxi ramp 405 today.
Get your picture or whatever.
Going Slightly Mad says, good afternoon, everyone. Didn't I see you on with Kevin the other day? Going Slightly Mad over there at LAX? I think I did.
Things at 2808 DFW ground. Good morning, Ted. Thanks for Yankee runway 179 taxi via Kudos.
Until they swap it with a Dreamliner, you have to stop.
Stop at 340 with the Dreamliner.
Second by 375.
237 to be 48 ground runway 179. Taxi straight out.
What do we got going over here? It's American Flight 1965 and Airbus A321
Echo Hotel behind the
going to Phoenix.
20 left, clear for takeoff on that B part American
That's the bucket that needs to be filled. They keep trying to make the 737-12, you know.
Under 2804, I assume they can find you at 40.
Troy Heine is our newest subscriber to Runway DFW. Thank you, Troy. We continue our march towards 12,000 subscribers.
There she is.
Oh, yeah. On the other side, in the distance. Yeah, everybody's
Take off 1 left and
No, I want to go. Yeah, rotate your polarizers and there it is. 4 engines. I can see her fair. All right, let me stretch out 200. Zoom in.
Well, you know what we're going to do now? We're going to try to bring you the arrival of Lufthansa Flight 438, which is coming in from Frankfurt. It is an A340, and we love the A340 here at Runway DFW. And there it is. It's coming in on the east side today. So we'll get a nice long distance look at it. A340, of course. Lufthansa was going to start operating another aircraft type into here soon. So I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to bring you the A340. It's the only one we see.
Can't believe that 4 hair dryers plugged into it.
Let's see. You may be able to see the tail of it there go by in the background, looking east towards the east tower of this massive complex. But as you can see, it's a pretty hazy day. There's the tail of the A340 going by.
Because the first
It's not a big deal.
yeah, well, because the first time I really looked at it,
Here comes a CRJ 700 from Corpus Christi.
simulator, and I was like, that must be a rendering bug. It's just flat back there.
It's an American Eagle flight on this Saturday afternoon edition of Runway DFW.
Last away, 20 left, envoy 670.
Moments from now, you will be seeing American Airlines Flight 569 coming in from Phoenix, Arizona, an Airbus A321.
Alright, landing clear for takeoff, 18 left, envoy 673.
Trance says all those American plane tails makes the airport look like an American Shark Tank. Thompson says American's going to be switching over in June to the Dreamliner here at DFW. And June just around the corner, so not too. This might have been our last look at the A340. We should be here long enough to see it take off, but again, it may not take off here on the west side. So. So, yonder cometh Flight 569 from Phoenix.
Crash number 3732.
Man, if you have a light stomach, you better be glad you were not a freaking flyer in the 60s when that thing was prominent. It's like they still have to fly those to get to like those super
And we have a lull at the moment.
18 left, then Foxtrot Alpha.
You see someone who's gone for a little walk along the perimeter fence. The grass has gotten really tall over there. That's usually a place where people go to try and watch planes coming in right over their heads. I have to say I've never tried that. Sounds like it could be fun, but I do hear tell of snakes that could possibly be out there, so let's be careful out there. A couple minutes from now, we'll be seeing American Flight 2147 arriving from Minneapolis, St. Paul. It'll be a 737-800. John M. says, Walt, those guys are like aviation groupies. Well, we all love aviation here, don't we? They're all gathered around your setup. I can hear aviation chatter in the background. And there's a message from Gerard, our moderator and member of the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the entire Runway DFW crew, we thank you very much for being with us today. To spend your valuable free time, please remain seated until the live stream is completely over. David Hanley says the A340 is not obsolete yet. Nice to see the quad jet still flying. Yes, but as I said, regrettably, we shan't be seeing it for too much longer here.
And all of those were all.
Well, we're on camera.
I don't know if any of y'all were here when the A380s first started coming back in July of last year. There had to have been 5.
And member and moderator Jody Peak says, sure do love
People lined up in the
aviation.
They were chasing like 100 people out of this field because there's probably just too many.
Did you see what?
Because if there's like 10 people down there, they
said
usually don't
no
care. But
saying
if there's like a million people, these piles are probably like.
Russell Heathcote says, afternoon, Walt. Do you know who the chap is who does your introduction at the start of the show? He seems so familiar to me, says Russ in Lincolnshire. Well, it's actually not a chap. It's one of the voices that you can generate using Apple, on your Apple computer that you can set up for Siri. So that's probably why it sounds familiar. It's not a real person. So okay, we've got flight 2147 again from Minneapolis St. Paul now on approach, and then we'll try to switch over and bring you the arrival of flight 71, which is a Dreamliner -8 from Frankfurt. American flight 71 is. However, that's coming in on the east side, so we'll get about as good a view of that as we did of the A340.
It's very fitting. It's like some TWA or something. Yeah, some classic, like they just never released it. Yeah, they just released it. So they may have made a TWA for like
Speaking of the A340, there it is. It's kind of circling around to come into Terminal D. So that's the plane on the right, the one with the 4 engines. Delphi's boy Anak Muda Nagala is our newest subscriber, and I hope I was close to pronouncing that correctly. But yeah, this we should see it go off, or at least push back, or at least taxi into our vicinity later on. But this could be our last view of the A340 here at DFW Airport for who knows how long. I mean, does anybody else fly the A340 into or do any other airlines fly the A340 that fly into DFW? And I think Lufthansa is the only one. David Henley says, it's nice enjoying the casual view of DFW from the park. I've had way too many stressful trips connecting flights from the inside. Yeah, that can not be fun. We have a super chat from a few trains at, who's already a member with a £10 and 11 pence super chat. Watched the After Dark stream on replay and saw you getting attacked by the sprinklers. Shame that you can't get Runway DFW branded shower curtains as merchant. Well, now there's an idea. See, now there's a man who's always thinking. Runway DFW logo shower curtains. We have the smartest viewers in the world. Spirit Flight 628 is on its way to Los Angeles. That's an Airbus A320 Neo. Got an American Flight 2220 coming in from Santa Ana, California, which will be here momentarily. Well, that one's turning and burning. We have 3 cameras here for you today. I haven't been able to get the 4th one to work. The camera works, but the connection into the computer isn't working. I may have to dash back to the car and get a spare cable or a spare piece of equipment. As you can see, it's a hazy day, and as we zoom in down the runway there at the other end, it's about 2 miles away from us, and it gets a little bit unclear, I should say, as we get down there.
I love how the CEO of Ryanair, he's such a realist. Like, he doesn't pretend to be something. He's such a, like, he's like, you know, he can sell, he's like, he can sell standards.
There's American Flight 2220 coming in from Santa Ana, California. An Airbus A319.
You start at, like, just this ultimate bare minimum, you just pay for what you actually, like, want or need or whatever.
And we've got a parade of A319s. The next one arriving is Flight 1393. American Airlines coming in from Silao in Mexico.
I love whenever they give you a drink, it's like this shot glass, but it's like so wide. It's like this long.
Park this road.
My mom told me about it, man.
Oh my God, the worst air in the world.
Hey guys, it's ground 5, what's that?
Yeah, because that curtain's gonna stop it.
A5, thank you. Clear to close, 111, go 5.
And not the bistro man.
Mikael Warren says, never knew there was a plane spotting channel for DFW Airport. I know the guys at Airline Videos over at LAX, but now finally I have someone near my home airport. Well, we're glad we could provide that service to you. We usually are on the air somewhere between 2 and 3 times a week. This is our 3rd broadcast this week. We're on, is it Monday? Monday. See, we were on Monday night or Tuesday night. I think it was Tuesday night, Thursday morning, or was it the reverse? I don't know. It kind of all blends together. I think it was Tuesday morning and Thursday night. And we try to be with you on a weekend day if the weather cooperates. Usually Saturday. This is that flight from Silao in Mexico. Coming up behind it in just a second or two is a flight from Rome, American Flight 239. This is going to be a Dreamliner -9, which is American's biggest jet, at least currently. It will have been in the air for a little more than 10.5 hours.
You can see it just sweeps back.
And here it comes now.
What's clear to cross when you back to the ground on the side of exit.
And I went to the restroom and I was walking from the front coming back. I went to the
For those of you who are new to Runway DFW or to DFW Airport, you would be likely to say, hey, Walt, what's with all those American Airlines planes? And so bear with me if you've heard this little story before, but it's basically because this is the home base of American Airlines here at DFW Airport. They have the company has its headquarters just a mile or two down the road. And they control, between American and American Eagle, they've got about 85% of the passenger traffic here. So we see a lot of American Airlines planes, but as you saw earlier, we see international flights as well from other places and other airlines.
I'm getting mad. Now it's getting bright. I got sunglasses on and I'm still squinting. Now I'm getting mad.
Mark Perry says, howdy, Walt. Great to see your stream today. Watch the Thursday stream in replay. Also, great show. Thank you, Mark. Thank you very much. Let's see, do I have time to diagnose this other little issue here?
Is 11 minutes out.
Ooh, that's not what I meant to do.
The cargo legs is 11 minutes out. And Singapore is 24 minutes out.
If they could figure out how to make these iPhones
Top 5 favorites for me.
Now, what I want to see is I want to go plane watching in Anchorage.
I have 3 main bucket lists. I want to go to Seattle to see all of their testing the Dreamlifter and stuff like that. Anchorage for all the 747.
Well, I'm not having much success, I must say. And again, what I'm trying to do is to plug our
In-N-Out is like the greatest spot ever.
our fourth camera in, so we have a little more variety for you. Just a little bit of a respite here before we get to see American Eagle Flight 3053, CRJ 701ER twin jet coming in from Amarillo, Texas after it'll be about 45-minute flight by the time it touches down. You're about to see American Flight 584. There it is. It's an Airbus A321 coming up to the starting point at runway 18 left, and it is on its way to Tucson, Arizona.
I want to do Heathrow because I love London, and they have London City, which is this tiny airstrip in the middle, and you have to come in at a much steeper angle to miss the high rises. And so there's only certain pilots are ready.
584, set takeoff, 20.
And I hear the clearance for takeoff there
Backtrack on the runway. Now they're
on our scratchy scanner.
make a little taxiway.
Just hit the reversers really hard.
Yeah.
If I didn't have the space to put all that square on.
Yep.
You don't even know anymore. I've had 4 Hondas. One was built in Ohio, one was built in England, and one was built in Alabama. And okay, one day I'll get one from Japan, but I don't think they do that anymore. And they make them in Toronto too.
Now they make Hyundais in
I've got my house too. I'll be right back. We're in Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico. I know mine is Japan.
Parks, they pay all the other parks. Find my son. He's all down there. That was fun. Whoever had it before we done it. Okay. I had a good time.
It's almost COVID time.
It was kind of more like a turn and taxi and then burn. And what you hear in the background is that flight from Tucson. No, I'm sorry, the flight from Amarillo coming in. See it here in a second. This plane is taking off to Tucson. And it's getting pretty blurry as we get way down there, isn't it? All right, another
Departure, good day, American 584.
Another quiet moment for us here at the plaza.
You're at the airport.
Joey Chan, a member of Runway DFW, says, correct me, Southwest flies to Love Field, not Dallas-Fort Worth, and that is correct. Now, you'll see a lot of airports. Oh, here's Chuck Tolsma joining us in person. You'll see a lot of airports where the, an airline will serve two airports. Like Delta flies into both Dallas-Fort Worth and to Love Field, as does Frontier. But Southwest is exclusively, for the time being anyway, at Love Field.
Because they clear you. You're a custom, U.S. Customs inspector.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the U.S. Customs inspectors that are nice. They love that job.
It is a little slow. I guess going into Ireland, you stop there.
You'd think it'd be busy Memorial Day.
Captain General says, good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone is having a wonderful afternoon. We've got a whole contingent here in the under this shady spot with the very hazy sun today. So we're having a good time. Mikhail Warren says, my question is, does anyone know when the next time DFW will switch the flow of traffic for arrivals and departures to the north? And that's a factor of the wind. The wind, when it's blowing from the south or the southeast or the southwest, generally we have what is known here as south flow. So the wind blowing from the north, from the south, and so we have south flow, and all the traffic is going into the wind. You know, the planes will be taking off into the wind, and the planes will be landing into the wind. So we are there where that Runway DFW logo is there at the top of the screen, adjacent to runways 18 right and 18 left. 18 left, generally the takeoff runway, 18 right, generally the arrivals runway, and then there's 13 right over there, which we can't see from here, and that's also used for arrivals in South Flow. And then on the other side of the airport, there's 4 runways, 17 right, center, and left, and 13 left. Now, when we have North Flow, and everything switches around and all the runways are renumbered so everybody knows the right place to land and take off. And so generally speaking, we like South Flow better because it gives us a better... What do we got?
We're 3 minutes out on the mask.
Oh, the mask.
Cargo Lux.
Cargo Lux mask. Well, we've seen that before. In fact, that's in our open.
Right? Yeah, and then Singapore is like 10 minutes behind it. And we are all nerds. This is hilarious.
So anyway, we were giving you that little lecture, and we're about to see a Cargo Lux 747
That's a good way to put
with a mask.
We're here to see 2747.
And if you see our show opens, you'll see that on a regular basis. The Cargo Lux coming in from Anchorage. It's going to be a 747-800 freighter. Before that, we get a couple of other arrivals, the first of which will be American Flight 390 from Mexico City. Be a 737-800, and then behind it will be another American flight from Mexico for Monterrey, an Airbus A319. So, hello, Chuck.
How's it going?
Talking to Chuck Tolsma, a longtime friend of the channel. That was flight 1039 to Los Angeles, what you saw going through the screen there. We're going to watch watch for this flight coming in from Silao, after which we will bring you the arrival of our first queen of the day.
Okay, you can see her in the shadows. Oh, I think she's coming out of the clouds.
Park direct 1039, good day.
Not sure what's happening to our focus there.
Yeah, she's coming in. You can
Comes
see
a fire vehicle.
Get ready, Walt. It's time.
she's still in the fog for people without any sort of cameras.
So we're going to do the old switcheroo here and take a look at
Yep.
Cargo Lux Not Without My Mask livery. I don't know, something happening? We're losing our connection there. That's not good.
Oh yeah, I call 8 cross 20 left on about 137.
About 10 degrees, 12 degrees up.
Contact ground is second.
It's there.
It's there. You see the white lights in a second, Troy. If you don't, we need to get you to the eye doctor.
I can see the mask.
I'll look over your shoulder.
Yeah.
So we're looking for a mask.
This is like my favorite 747. I love it. I love that
Oh,
the
she's
mask. It's
clearly
held on.
visible,
The
right?
ties for the mask are like on the letters. It's really funny.
Oh, this is Cargo Lux?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is it. It's
Coming
game.
from...
It's game time, everyone.
So I was driving one time up 114 and she landed right over 114.
Now I see it.
Troy, she's right there. Yeah. How blind are you? You're driving still, right?
I'm gonna scoot forward some.
I'm in the way. Somebody just shoved me.
Yeah.
There's the mask.
I waited all day for this shot. I don't want to screw it up.
Okay.
God, she's good.
That queen.
Apparently I hear that, but that's not what
It's got blue livery on it.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see it.
There was a lot of interest here, as you could hear in the background, about this flight coming in.
Wait for the next one.
John wants to know, where's the drama music like your intro? I try not to play music during plane operations. I've gotten criticized for that before. Stephen Remy says, beautiful. Hans von Reach says, a little bit of KLM blue there on that mask. Tammy is a fan. Tim Gonzalez with a question. Hope you get my departure on American Flight 1175 to San Francisco. Well, I haven't looked up to see when that flight makes the scene, but if it's, we'll try to get that for you. I certainly wouldn't say, oh, there's American Flight 1175. I'm not going to show that.
Land, runway 18 left. Clear for takeoff.
Especially because they stop in Anchorage so that they can refuel, so that they can carry more cargo.
On the takeoff line now.
Yeah, because I think, they
American Flight 1961.
lighter load, but you're doing.
This is going to San Antonio, Texas. Not a very long flight.
Departure CL 3927.
Even though it seems like it would take longer, you have to make a stop in the middle. If you do the math, if you're trying to transport the same number of cargo, it's easier to just refuel instead of doing the whole thing twice.
Departure 1961, good day.
Well, we're all just big hobbyists, so he does a live broadcast. He does a live show. I do.
That plane touching down after a 25-minute flight from Wichita Falls, Texas, just up the road. I don't know if I can bring this to you. You've got too many people in front of us, but yeah.
All the big stuff. Yeah, it's like legitimately, it's probably like 1 or 2 lines out. It's like touchdown now.
Well, I was trying to show you the 747 taxiing, but unable to do.
Clear to take out 18 left, American 2350.
That was American Flight 353, an Airbus A321neo, arriving from Puerto Vallarta. And there's the Queen. Now that some people have gotten out of the way, we can see it turning, if I can get the camera balanced. Get a little bit of glimmer off that mask. Jody Peak, I'd like to thank you for a $5 super chat. Appreciate it so much. Well, there's a good look at Jacob Harvey's camera.
That's why I backed up.
Odkins is our newest subscriber, Runway DFW. Thank you, Odkins. Runway DFW member Joey Chan says, I wonder how long it'll be before Southwest will be flying out of Dallas Fort Worth, or does American Airlines have them blocked? Well, of course, the last American Airlines has a lot of sway here at the big airport. They just signed a big deal with the airport, as we discussed on previous editions, to occupy gates in the new Terminal F, which is yet to be built, and also an addition to Terminal C. Now, whether American will occupy all those gates or not is not exactly clear yet. They will control them. But I don't know if they'll have the ability to sublease them or to... I'm not sure.
Departure runway 3609.
It's American Delta Flight 1654 coming in from Minneapolis and St. Paul, an Airbus A340.
Line up way 18 left, American 2405.
Coming into view is Flight 2405 to San Francisco. Is this the flight that was being discussed a moment ago? Well, it's going to San Francisco. So if that's you, and I apologize for not remembering your name.
Yeah, in the distance. Angela, break out to 12 at 100 millimeter.
Over to departure runway 35.
And it's not like, we can all go rush over there and get it and come back as Singapore's like a race.
Okay, we got Finnair coming in. That's an Airbus A350-900 over on the east side, but next up, as far as arrivals go, is going to be Singapore Airlines Cargo Flight 7980, also coming in from Anchorage. This will be a 747-400 model, a 21-year-old plane. And so we're gonna, I think, zero in on that. Let's see if we can bring you a little bit of the Finnair first. This is the Moonin livery, which is a little hard to see even if you're close up to it. But again, it's coming in on the east side of the airport, so we won't get a very good look at it. But if you look to the rear of the fuselage, to the back of the wings, you might see the Moonin livery or sticker on there.
Here comes Singapore. Yeah, the bandit look.
A little bit of a look at it. Frontier with Trixie the Fox on the tail. But we're going to focus in on the Singapore Airlines Cargo Queen of the Skies, our second of the day. And there it is.
2405, good day.
Angela, it's time. You're missing it. Way to go. Saturday afternoon.
A new member alert, Jules 1. Thank you, Jules 1. Glad to have you on board with us. John M. gives that landing 5. I think it's Butters.
Great plane spotting, the planes are right there. There's a swimming pool. Right here.
Hey, the yam is coming up. Half an hour. The yam.
What's that?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, Qantas coming in? I've never seen Qantas land here. Yeah, it's not bad.
I'm trying to see the that Queen taxiing.
2747.
They call that Australian too.
Well, we're not having very good success there, are we?
Well, that's one thing in the first business, but like to sit in like a 9 abreast seating configuration. It's 50 minutes. Wait, so it's hot.
But Andrew Molson says Singapore always a pleasure to see.
I think I could, I mean, for the sake of
I guess we can't see it.
I think I'd have to sit next to people that I know just for, because I want to get rid of the seat. I gotta be Well, the other thing that's crazy is because it's such a crazy international flight.
Yeah, that lens barrel is just it's exactly, pretty much exactly in the way of where we want to see. Well, let's swing around here to see American Flight 1994 arrive. This is coming in from Los Angeles, an Airbus A321.
Spine doesn't look nice, yeah.
2747 today.
My first one was in
I want to say that when we went, because my grandparents retired, was in 10.
Still trying to see if we can show. Oh, there's the tip of the wing of the 747 Singapore Airlines cargo plane. Can we see it on the other side of this camera? No. Blocking our shot. Well, there's a shot of a camera. Well, what better time than to share with you the news that we now have merch here at Runway DFW. You can get a mug with our official logo on it. Why, you can get sweatshirts in an array of handsome colors. Hats, also available. T-shirts. And I have the gray one there in the middle. It looks better in person than it does on that computer-generated model. Although it doesn't look that great on me because it's me. And we also have this packable jacket available with the embroidered Runway DFW logo on it. So a wide array of stuff for you there if you have any interest in such things.
Runway 18 left, 35068.
And if you missed the address for that, I think it's streamlabs.com/runwaydfw/merch. That link is in our description of the channel, or description of this broadcast. If you're just joining us, welcome to Runway DFW. It's almost top of the hour. Space Needles, a member of the channel, says good afternoon, everyone. Mods and Walt.
And it's, it bothers me. Like, I get that American, they want their business to expand, but the number of international routes that American has is such a...
There is talk about the, Mikhail Warren says the British Airways A380 should be coming in today as well, correct? Why, yes, it should. Let me see if I can give you an update on that. It will filter.
Fighting for gate space, but they want to build 15 more A320 gates.
So British Airways Flight 193 from London, the gigantic King of the Skies Speedbird, will be here in about less than 2 hours. So let's see, it's 2:55, 3, 4, 5, so just before 5 o'clock. We'll be seeing that in the 4 o'clock hour, should everything proceed nominally.
I love how London Heathrow is just this like DFW of the UK, and they have 2 points of slot control, which is just insane. I mean, it's no wonder that BA shows up 2 hours late. Yeah, no, it's
All right, back to what's happening right now. American Flight 1288 is about to depart for Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. It's an Airbus A321, and there it is right there. An American flight, another American flight coming in from Guadalajara in Mexico, Flight 1174, an Airbus A320. We'll be seeing that momentarily on arrival.
China's going to happen is they're going to have an emerging middle class that's going to travel in the next more than they already do.
You know, it really does blow my mind. Like, it's got to be, a bunch of and stuff. Like, I look at airline prices today, and then I look at the number of flights.
Trent says T-minus 2 hours for the A380. Woo! And yeah, unlike, other big airports, we only get that one A380 that comes in on a daily basis. So we kind of savor it when it comes in for a landing, or when it takes off. So again, there's our clock in the upper right-hand side of the screen. It's just before 3 o'clock here, and a little less than 2 hours from now is when the A380 is scheduled to make the scene.
It's got like rock the truck up in the sky without staying it's smooth. It's nice like that. Yeah, like, I picked up the front leg. I was like, no, calm down. So like I got a smooth moment of that, but the nice thing is that, like, because obviously it has stabilization, but
So that's American Eagle Flight 3852, and it's an Embraer 175. It's going to Lubbock here in Texas. And here comes the A320 from Guadalajara.
Departure, American Moment 8.
You can already borderline almost do that. Like the next time that I come out, because like the gimbal that I shoot with the car stuff, you can mount it.
I would like to thank Troy for a $10 tip to Runway DFW. Thank you, Troy. Very nice of you. Here we have our other camera working.
Departure on 135,
So now we've got all 4 cameras working. Yay. We even have canine plane watchers today.
The AI is something crazy. Like there's for like podcast editing, run this special tool, and you could have a 45-minute podcast with 3 speakers, and it'll go through and cut.
Well, let's see. That's American Eagle Flight 3050. It's going to Durango on that CRJ 700.
AI is going to be super powerful.
Durango, Colorado.
Stuff. Like every time that I've got a talking head bit that we edit, these guys have us edit like Truson every week, and they're in this super reverb heavy room, lots of echo, and like this. I just run it through this like podcast, like audio AI thing that Adobe has, and it cleans up. No, it's like built into like their website. It's like this thing. I'm sure they'll start charging for it.
Adobe's got something new.
Lightroom has noise reduction AI based now, which is super cool. It's the way of the future. It knows that thing could be a job.
I really want to pick up these cigarette butts. They are buggy.
Yeah, no, this is what it's. My legs are already chewed up.
All right, I see that it's around about
The cigarette butts.
3 o'clock-ish here at Runway DFW.
We'll continue with our story following station identification.
Live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, this is Runway DFW, in color.
Well, everyone, it's Saturday, at least here in the Central Time Zone of the USA, May 27th, 2023. And you're watching Runway DFW live from the friendly confines of DFW Founders Plaza. Our signal is being beamed around the world by the Runway DFW satellite truck. And so we're all set to bring you more hours of coverage here from the world's second busiest airport. So stick around with us for more of Runway DFW. Runway DFW member John M. says, any idea if Lukenbach, Texas has an airport? It's one of my favorite Waylon songs. I don't think so. Well, I mean, I can't say it doesn't have an airport, but it's not one that I've never seen a flight come in from Lukenbach, let's put it that way.
Fucking sucks.
20 left, please take American 2171. Arnett Blair.
It's American Flight 2171. It's going to Monterrey in Mexico.
Bolarama.
That's an Airbus A319, don't you know? Happy to have you with us. Beve says hello to the good people in the truck. They're probably having lunch right now.
Maybe go unload and take off over here.
Yeah, if I see them start to taxi this way, I'm going to the south and I'm getting him coming out of here. I've been waiting too long to that plane for this. I'm getting down on that far end.
How do you get to that place? Airfield Drive?
Yeah, pretty much there.
Go that way?
Yeah, take Airfield Drive all the way.
So we're honored to have two Runway DFW members and longtime friends of the channel sitting right here with us, Chuck Tolsma and Angela Smith. Now I have a cooler here, and it does have a Topo Chico in it. I just have one, but I should offer that up to Chuck. Say, Chuck, since you've been so kind with your Topo Chicos, would you like a Topo Chico? I have one, yes.
Is it cold?
It's as cold as some ice blocks can give it. What? I only have one though, so I.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. Well, look, that's so.
You don't mind?
No.
Let's take up Arnett Blair.
That's pretty cold. I even have an opener.
Yeah, Qantas touches down. I may have to make a gas station run.
Clear departures goes 233 Foxtrot.
I think it's an opener.
He thought about you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So there, I feel good about that. Getting a Topo Chico to Chuck, who's been so kind in the past to deliver cool beverages to us.
He's given these to friends of his, and they've quit the diet.
Have a good day. Have a 21
You know, I gotta quit.
Gonna be bar 48 West Pacific, I'm on board 3592. What about just got 49, please?
NASA
What do we got there? It's American Eagle 3592. That Embraer 175 is going to Grand Junction, Colorado.
But they level off real quick to get the hit.
East side, American 28.
It's a warmish afternoon here at the airport.
Except for 747. You know what I mean? Right. So when they need engines transported, that's the only thing.
The official airport temperature is 82 degrees with a variable wind.
Rock 20 left and Zulu, hold short 18 right, local 815.
I usually do, but
The 7-4 is going to be flying until the
Next to arrive is American Eagle 3532, coming from Huntsville, Alabama.
Archie Danway 3592.
I think even as cargo operators, I think they'll take it another 25, almost 30 years to stretch them. But you got to think, Air Force One right now is a Dash 200, modified Dash 200. That thing's been in the air for forever. And their two replacements are Dash 8s, and they haven't even been delivered yet.
people always say these are the last.
And we have the ground maintenance crews coming through and picking up the garbage, which does tend to collect here on a weekend.
I think like a Russian carrier had ordered some, and then they backed out of an order. That's what it was. And so when they backed out of those, the Boeing, just told the Air Force that they could buy those at like a slightly discount.
I did not know that part.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So the last one is officially done, but it won't be the last.
Yeah.
Those will be the last two flying 747s, I guarantee it.
John M.
Kind of like, they're just kind of
Runway DFW member. Never heard of Topo Chico. Looked it up on the internet. It's hard seltzer and other alcoholic refreshment. Well, no, they have a. They do have a hard variety of Topo Chico, but I drink the original, so we're not. I don't want to give you the wrong impression here.
You'd probably have to.
And that plane's coming in on runway 18 left. You remember we told you earlier that 18 right was the arrival runway, but not always.
You'll have to shove it like 777 engines. You may have to shove them in the 777 if you want it. Their fuselage might be wide.
So it's a little further away from us when they land over on 18 left.
The GE90 is the same diameter as like a 737 fuselage. It's like, I think it's like 15 feet across, something like that. The 777 is 20 feet across, I think. 20.
Well, I need to acknowledge a super chat from Texas Dreamer. Thank you, Texas Dreamer. A $10 super chat. Walt, congrats on the new merch. I'll be ordering soon, so I can be your walking billboard over here in Cowtown. And he's referring to Fort Worth there as Cowtown. Awesome job as always, and have a great Memorial Day. Thank you so much, Texas Dreamer.
Big Q.
Is it a 777 or a 350?
The 350. Their 777 is a morning flight. Their 350 is the afternoon.
Oh, we're getting some power.
William Elkin says, are the people next to you giving a class on the 747? Well, it's a aviation aficionados over there next to us, so.
To be fair though, if it's blank, you just let Photoshop pick your subject and just shove whatever clouds on you want.
Coming in from Eagle, Colorado is this Airbus A319, American flight 1341.
And your sleep schedule's got to be all kinds of whack after that.
It's 2 days back. Oh, no. Going there, it's 2 days. You leave at 10:30 at night.
Well, when you get here, it's like almost the same exact time, I think. Well, because like there's something to do with the type of food you eat, and then whenever you first get on, because they leave in the afternoon or something like that. You're supposed to go to sleep like almost right away after departure, and then wake back up, and you're supposed to sleep for a little. They have some really wacky schedule, but it's supposed to set you up to be.
Jody Peak responding to John M. The plain Topo Chico water is really good, nice and bubbly. Yes, that's what I get. They do have a flavor. I think they have a lime flavor available. But I just am a fan of the regular, plain old sparkling water. It's really good. It originates in Monterrey, Mexico. And in reading about it, I found out that, like a lot of things, Topo Chico is now owned by the Coca-Cola Company.
When I went to Barcelona from Miami, that's like a 8.5, 9 hour flight. Yeah. When you think about it, it lasts 20 minutes. They got in 20 minutes. They feed you for an hour.
There's one of the two Qatar passenger planes that comes in on a daily basis.
They keep you occupied.
Yeah, they keep you occupied. It's not you just sitting there for 10 hours.
It's parked there in the overflow parking, waiting for its next departure. I can't tell you when that is.
Did you go over Greenland? That would be a sight to see.
Greenland got a new 330 Neo.
Well, now we're about to see the arrival of Qantas Flight 7 from Sydney. It's a 787-900, and this one, I believe, also has the Yam Dreaming livery. Now, we saw this the other night on a Thursday night.
Got any stickers, Walt?
I have some Kevin stickers. I'll have to get them out of the car.
Oh, it's not good.
So anyway, here comes the Qantas Dreamliner. Well, it's a little bit out yet. I can't quite make it out.
I was like thinking about coming out here and to say hey to them, and then I realized that the morning they got here, I was in the dentist shop.
Hey, Tower, American 407, we're going to need just a minute here. We got a passenger we got to deal with.
Going Slightly Mad is our newest member. Thank you, Going Slightly Mad.
I was like,
Did they put you in sleep?
yeah, they knock you out. Yeah, there's
Much
some
appreciated.
Like, depending on like if you do it at a dentist office, like some dentists will do it, but they can't put you under. They just have to pull it.
Well,
Like,
no.
put me out, bro. I don't even want to know. It's crazy how well that stuff works, because like they put the IV in, and then they gave it the saline thing or whatever, and then like I watched them like do it and hit it, and I remember about.
Emery Yurcha says, "Hey Walt, what is the wind flow? The wind is right now coming out of the south. It's fairly gentle.
That's all I did. Like I didn't say.
Like open your mouth and you don't remember it.
Oh yeah, no, because you're.
I do see the Yam Dreaming.
It's the yam time.
Oh, yam.
It's yam. Yam.
And yeah, it's a very interesting, if you've not seen it before, it's a very interesting livery, which is hard to describe, really. You just have to see it, and you'll see it here in a minute.
At Tower, American 407, we're ready.
The yam.
The yam.
508, 18 left, American close-in. Take up 18 left, earn up Blair and American close-in.
And the wind picks up. It was a little blustery when I first got here, and then the wind kind of died down, and now it's picking up again. And as the airport description said, it's kind of coming from all over the place. This ends a 14-hour and 17-minute odyssey from down under.
So I'm glad this whole camera lights up red. The screen has a red box. It has a red light up here, a red light on the recorder, and it has a red light on the front, so you really know you're recording.
American Flight 313 from San Diego now arriving.
Perfect, I'm giving American close-in.
So if you dream about yams tonight, you'll know why. Somil Bhandari says good evening all. Just a quick hello, and hello back to you, Somil. And Larry Brown, newest member of Runway DFW. Thank you, Larry.
Left 20 left, I'll just leave Alpha 3 for American.
And Somil says, I'm off for now. We'll see you on the morning stream, Walt. Well, that was quick, but I'm glad you could pop in. Give us a like, perhaps, I hope. Emre Yurta says, looks like Qatar's landing on the east side. Bummer.
But, yeah, they're not really, it's like, that's like comparing the A330 to like the 777. They're not really, or they're like the A330.
So I see on the way in, American Flight 37 from Madrid. It'll probably be coming in on the east side.
They're both like composite material heavy and both this new high efficiency, design, this and that.
I'm looking to see where that Qatar plane is currently.
Yeah, way up over there.
But we do know the 380 will come in over here. That's a lock. There's an American triple. I'll show you momentarily here. That is one of the multiple American Airlines flights that goes out to London Heathrow on a daily basis. That's flight 50. 777-300. 10 years old. Cammie Hudson, thank you for becoming a member of Runway DFW. Jane Welshie lady says, hello everyone, still here. We're happy that you are a part of this broadcast.
Scheduled for 5 every day, but Lord knows with
Well, that plane's going nowhere fast, isn't it? Ah, they're on the move again.
Kilo cross 20, map 25, only 3805. DFW Tower, American 1442, on the visual line right. Red line 1 right, American 1442.
We will shortly be looking at the arrival of Frontier Flight 3774 from Santa Ana. It'll be an Airbus A340 Neo. And on the tail will be Cruise the Island Fox. Let's see if we can pick that out for you. As we've talked about in recent broadcasts, Frontier is upping its game here at DFW Airport, becoming the third biggest carrier, I guess you would say, at least in terms of passenger seats, I think. Kevin Mottershaw is with us, says good evening from the UK. Walt, it's been a beautiful sunny day. I'm on holiday and it's going to be nice all week, only going out to a few places, but may do a day plane spotting too. Well, I hope you get a chance to do that.
Alpha, ground 65 on Alpha Bridge.
And I'm glad that you've taken time away from your holiday to spend a few moments with us, Kevin. Kevin doing a little bit of virtual plane spotting with us. That American Eagle Flight 3100 arriving from Roswell, New Mexico. There you see that London-bound triple going over the bridge to the east side.
Give her a rip. Come on. Let her rip. You got this. I'll get you all framed up. Oh yeah, let her rip.
This is American Flight 1820, an Airbus A321 arriving from Ontario, California.
I always tell all my friends that come out of mine, I'm like, y'all gotta at least try it, and then, like, you know, they'll be all right. But when it comes by, you have to move it a lot faster than you think you do, because the closer it is, the more you're moving, the more quickly.
Kind of like a party here today, isn't it?
Barely moving. As it gets closer, you're moving more and more, and then it's like this, and then you slow down a bunch more and all that. You don't really think about it until you do it. You're like, wait, hold up, where's he going?
The next plane, which is arriving at DFW International Airport, is Flight 1442, American Airlines. Did I say it's an Airbus A321? Well, it is. And there it is.
It's pretty common. Yeah, same deal. Yeah.
Whiskey leaving cross 2811, spot 162 left there.
But yeah, these legs are like some cheaper like photo tripod man frozen. It just has the same mount. What I need is like a wall has. It's got that. Just put that little ball to get it fiddling with it. Yeah, so like when you have a tripod like that, you just spread the legs out and you move the camera as you need. You don't have to think about how tall each leg is and this and that. So they're not terrible. Like I think once he got those legs for $200. So they can get really expensive. The most expensive one I've seen is like $200.
We don't see too many of these here, at least not yet. Alaska Airlines Flight 414. This is arriving from Seattle, and it will be a 737 MAX 9.
The new version
Lima cross 18 left, ground.
We just don't see too many Maxes here yet. I know American has some, but
On 18 left, American 1368.
Yeah, I checked.
I'm going to guess that's a pretty new plane, and I was right. It was a new plane last month. So that is a brand spanking new. It's got that new plane smell.
It's a good way to get dizzy. There we go.
18 right, clear to land, then hold short of Bravo, park west side,
Because if I did a new camera,
Before I had this deal, the head that I had before was like I said, the only thing I didn't like before is if you got off subject, it was really hard to like speed back up to like catch it or something. So if you lost it, it may lose your shot. But if you got it head on, it was super locked off.
Danielle McNeil says, do we know if the A380 is delayed or is it landed yet? No, it is on schedule as best I can tell. And it will be here around about just before 5 o'clock local time. So in about an hour and 20 minutes or so, something like that. So if you see the clock in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, it's 3:28, so almost 3:30. So 1 hour and about 20 minutes from now is when we would expect it to be close to us.
Clear takeoff on 18 left, Laird, American 1360.
There's an Aero Mexico Connect. I believe that's an Embraer 190. Yes, it is. It's going to Mexico City. Next to take off, though, is American Flight 1368 to El Paso. And that is it there. El Paso on the far western edge of the state of Texas, which I'm sure, as you know, is a pretty big state.
See, I charged my stuff last night, but apparently not super long. I started putting some of these batteries and they were only like 70. I was like, I only plugged them in for like 5 or 6 hours. I should have plugged them in right when I got home. So
Arriving from Albuquerque, American Flight 1670. 737-800.
1 left, start now, launch, 046 Delta Vector, 441. Line of runway 18 left, Costa 269.
We have an Avianca plane taking off here. Let me see if we can catch that for you. It's going to Salvador, San Salvador. It's an Airbus A340 Neo.
Yeah, I just didn't know what airline it was.
Fuck away.
I want to go to Alaska too. I used to live there and it's been years and years.
Cross one way, looking to the short one.
Big Jet was out there in the moose thing too.
And there is that Aero Mexico Connect Embraer 190 going to Mexico City.
You see C-17s, F-35s.
Enough learn before takeoff 18 left, Costa 269.
And it's beautiful. And I know the places to go since I live here.
So this is a holiday weekend here in the USA. It's the Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day is celebrated on Monday. So a lot of people have the weekend off. A lot of people have a long weekend. It's kind of the unofficial start of summer. And so this is a very busy travel weekend. I would imagine most flights are pretty full. Now somebody was asking, oh hey, it's Greg was asking, wait, what, do I hear correctly? There's Runway DFW merch? He corrected it later as merch. And yeah, there is. There is merch. And and there it is. Or there's some of it. Here's the address, streamlabs.com/runwaydfw/merch. You got your packable jacket, your t-shirts, your hats of various colors, your sweatshirts, and of course the inevitable mug. So if you are so interested in the Runway DFW logo on stuff that you wear or drink coffee out of, we've got it for you.
Here's British Airways coming like over me last night. Yeah, it was a super sweet spot. That's literally just on that construction.
Runway DFW member and a friend of the channel, James Webb, says he's wearing his Runway DFW hoodie.
Yeah, Echo Alpha, hold short 1
And James did send me a photograph of what he had acquired.
This is the base of 170.
And so,
right to the ramp, American Local 752.
thank you, James.
Yeah, it was a really cool spot. So I can do nighttime stuff.
That 787, that's just gorgeous.
Yeah, it was making a little turn, yeah.
And the lights on even.
We've got a 777 making the taxi across runways 18 right and left, headed over to the hangar here on the west side. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, we'll have American Flight 176 arriving from Haneda Airport in Tokyo. It'll be a Dreamliner.
I don't know if I'll be here to catch the national leaving, but I gotta come.
787-8.
It'll have to do. Unless it's about to leave, because I will sacrifice the other one coming in to catch that one leave.
Our next arrival, however, is American Flight 2114 from Santa Ana, California. It's 737-800. We'll swing around to bring you that picture.
It'd be cool if they just like randomly, if the wind somehow just did this weird curly.
Glad you could hang out with us here for an afternoon of plane spotting at DFW International Airport.
Spot I showed you in Houston, you could nose more. And like same thing with down there. They're moving. You can really get a sense of it down there.
All right, the big Dreamliner is coming in next from Haneda in Tokyo. It has been in the air for 11 hours and 13 minutes. Now nearing the end of its Trans-Pacific journey.
Wild bank the moment they depart. They'll get like 700-800 feet up and
Whiskey Lima, cross runway 18 left, park into east, American 2114.
Like the moment their gear is up, they're like, yep, we're getting out of here.
Off around ground 5 on the top of the third, American 2114.
And you can like, watch the tail sweep around and then make their hits.
I gotta go to DC.
Anchorage, LAX, Seattle.
You gotta have the wind drive, though, I guess. Dallas was boring.
Really?
Trish B is here, a member of the channel. Says good afternoon, Walt, and we say good afternoon back to you.
Plane we filmed 9,000 times, everyone. Don't be alarmed. Could it be an American 787? Could it be? I'll get wacky with it. I'll get a super close up. We'll get super tight. I'll get 200 plus extra zoom. We'll just get fancy.
No, I'm just gonna get the engine.
There you go. Yeah, just the tail.
All right, here's the flight from Haneda. They make it look so easy, don't they? And if you're just tuning in, we're just a little more than an hour away from the arrival of the British Airways Speedbird coming in from London, the A380 King of the Skies.
And use my zoom in and punch it into close. Just really get in there.
.85, the other side, American
Do the math on your f-stop. If you use a 2 times on an f like 6.3, your like maximum aperture is like f11. Like that's when you start. You can't get any wider than that because you're cutting out.
Oh, that's right.
Because you're zooming in on your 2 times less aperture.
Line up for weight 18 left, American.
Good Lord.
What we got there? It looks like Airbus A321 going to Los Cabos in Mexico. Jody Peak with a $5 super chat. Thanks for streaming today, Walt. Nice way to spend part of my Saturday. Jody, you are all over the place.
Yeah, it's just congestion.
I saw you last night on the Epic, it was the Epic Toast Man stream.
I got there. Yeah,
And of course, you're a moderator as well for Kevin and Airline Videos Live. So that's a lot of that's a lot of plane watching to do.
I'm trying to sweet talk this girl, and so what do you like to do? You know. She's like, is it together or separate? It's together. Like wiping it out of her tails.
RNAV flag, clear for takeoff, 20 left American 7. On way to 18 left American 1527.
Yeah, I don't talk to, me and Bianca are big now. Now that you've kept up with our whole deal. Yeah, she's,
So that plane's going out. We may well see American Flight 2927 arriving from Tucson. It'll be an Airbus A321. So this is going out on runway 18 left. The Tucson flight is coming in on 18 right.
I don't remember if it was the same guy. I don't remember if it was the brand.
And you have to remember, at the same time, there's operations going on the east side as well here at DFW Airport.
Park, 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 1526.
They were friends already, even before I were dating. So like the three of us came out here to hang out as just three friends, and then like a week later, they were like, we're dating. I'm like, y'all stay away from me. Y'all are weird. And like, cause they wanted me to like hang out with them still. I'm like, no, that's weird. Bye. Nobody talks to either one of them. Like they're more interested.
Under departure, American 1716 field.
It's like you don't. That's just.
Mike G is a new member to Runway DFW. Thank you, Mike G.
Weird dynamic. You don't date your friend's ex. It's weird. It's not illegal yet.
20 left,
Yeah, so nobody talks to either one of them anymore. They're both.
American 2198, visual 1
Just like super, I don't know, and they're just a very.
There goes American Flight 1526. Where's it going, Walt? It's going to Bozeman, Montana. It's an Airbus A319.
Yeah, all my friends.
RNAV land, 18 left, clear for takeoff, Spirit 867.
All my friends started taking bets on how long they last. They're like, if it lasts longer than 2 to 3 weeks, they'll stay together for 3 to 4 months, just out of principle. That's the world we live in. Had to move on, found me a new one already.
You're about to see Spirit Airlines Flight 867. It's an Airbus A320, and it is going to the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it really kind of stands out here on this kind of monochromatic afternoon here.
On and off for like 2 years. That was cool. He keeps telling Flight Radar, keeps acting like I just got it. I don't even know. My friend that works the ramp here, he's not here right now. He just sent me this. I don't even know. I don't know. I guess he's on lines or something. That's really cool. That looks sick.
Incoming from Austin, Texas, the capital of the state, is Flight 2198, American Airlines 737-800. It has arrived. Got a big one coming in, American Flight 280. It is arriving from Seoul, 787-9. There was a Korean Air flight going out to Seoul just as we were setting up, so we didn't get to bring that to you.
It is brand new in terms of aviation. I thought it was like rolling off the assembly line for the first time.
Alpha Route 0.65, American 2198.
And I don't quite see it yet. This particular aircraft's been in the air for 12 hours.
I honestly don't mind when other people make
And as we generally point out, it's it has to take a little more southerly route than it used to because it avoids, in order to avoid Russian airspace since the start of the Ukraine war. It's a little longer flight than it once was.
Cool, that's like $700 worth of work. I was like, sure, take it. Hell. I was like, hell, I would have traded that for the video shoot by itself. All right, Angela, let's do something weird. Let's just spot it with our eyes. Let's just take it in. I never do that. I never just take it in.
Just take off, RFB Park, 181.
Seeing it and then you forget about it when it actually looks like 30 seconds later. Oh, go around. We're here.
On the go.
We have a go around on the other side of the airport.
She was like, hey, I was like, hey guys, we're doing this. So if you look to the right side of your aircraft, let's see. Yeah. I don't know, because that Spirit one's way off. Yep, it was, because this guy just got off the runway, so I mentioned just to be
There is speculation here that the
Wolf got super lucky when he caught that Japan 777 duets. That was so cool. I was mad that I wasn't going to catch. It was
so I'll tell you what that was in a minute here. It looks like American flight 2544. That was coming in from Knoxville, Tennessee. And so its pilot made a little last-minute decision, or maybe it was waved off by the tower. We're not listening to the East Tower here.
Pineapple way at 18 left, Delta
16.
Delta Flight 1624, it's an Airbus A340. It is going to Salt Lake City on that Airbus A320.
I've seen it go around where they peel off right here.
Yeah, here's the Frontier one.
Which departure, American 2065.
Genuinely, after he got it down the second time, I'm actually genuinely surprised he started the go-around. Because, like, he comes in a little rough, but he's on the ground. But he's like, I don't know about that. And then I had, like, whenever he came back around, I was, like, super zoomed in for whatever reason, and I got the world's shakiest approach I've ever filmed. Like, look at how much work I did to, like, try and take it all out. You could see all these, like, little jitters and stuff. I was like,
And yes, that go around a few trains at,
that was your voice. You're like, all right,
letting us know it's flight 2544 from Knoxville.
Italia.
We still have a lot of runway left. Might take a chance.
Runway DFW member Joey Chan with echoing one of my favorite jingles. Delta is ready when you are. I'm trying to find a clean copy of that jingle. It's a really great jingle. Alan Kobolensky says, clicked on the wrong thing. Alan Kobolensky says, hello everyone, have a good viewing. We have yet another Queen of the Skies coming in. So why don't we take a look at that along with all the other people here at Founders Plaza. This is Cargo Lux Flight 6696 from Mexico City. This one without a mask, because we saw the nut without a mask earlier. So we are happy to bring you our third Queen of the Day.
Regional, good day, Delta 1624. Have a good one.
A couple of cargo Lux and a Singapore Airlines cargo. We do not see.
Runway 18 left. Clear for
We do not see any 747 passenger flights here at the big airport, regrettably. Danielle McNeil says, I don't know, but whenever I go to Founders Plaza, I never see a Delta. They're here. They have a pretty good service in and out here. Grab a sip of my no longer iced coffee. Just about an hour away now from the A380 coming into Runway DFW, to DFW Airport, I should say. I don't think they come here for us, but we're here for them. What is this? Somebody left me an airplane.
Departure code 48 yeah.
Where did that come from? I'll show you what it was here. There's a little jet plane. I guess we can use that to illustrate things. Somebody put that here on my tray under my tripod and I didn't see it, or maybe somebody threw it and it's lost. I don't know. Weird.
The 717 is coming. It's like the same MD-95.
Yeah, something like that.
Now, a staple of our weekday broadcasts is the fleet of UPS cargo aircraft. Ashleek 86, our newest subscriber. Thank you, Ashleek.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So there you see, well, there's Angela there on the far right, talking to someone else. You see there on the left center of your screen, the tail of an MD-11 cargo jet.
Yep, I was talking to that guy that was here earlier about that.
But the UPS doesn't really do much in the way of jetting around here on a Saturday, so unfortunately we won't get to see any of those in action, I don't think.
Even if you didn't do anything wrong.
Jody Peak saying, great views, Walt.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh, when my head is not in the way. Ken G wonders if the guys and gals in the SAT truck come out and wave. Well, they're kind of shy. You know, they got a lot of things to do. They've got to, tweak all the transmission dials and make sure that everything is working correctly for our broadcast to go out. That's American flight number 999. It's going to Albuquerque. Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Cover takeoff 1 left on Happy Park, American 9.
I wonder why it has such a low number. You'd think that low number of flights like that would be reserved for high-profile international flights.
Visual 18 right.
Well, a quiet moment here at a busy Founders Plaza.
Today, American 9.
Momentarily, we'll be zooming into Flight 1967, American Airlines, coming in from San Antonio, Texas. Least I can do. Chuck Tolzman was thanking me for the Topo Chico. He has favored us on several occasions with ice-cold Topo Chicos. So I'm glad.
Walt, it was good to see you.
Okay, good to see you too, Jacob.
Get out of here. Have a good rest of the stream.
Thank you.
Hopefully anything worth looking at comes to 18 right if they don't hate us, but you never know.
Well, there's always the 380. It's got to come over here.
380. They literally can't mess that up.
That's right. All right, we're awaiting the arrival of Flight 1967 from San Antonio. We need to de-blur camera 1 here. Ready to bring that to you. Lots of folks hanging out here today. Just the Facts Man has arrived at Founders Plaza. Well, I hope you find a parking space. Oh, there's one right in back of us. Well, come by and say hello.
I didn't see Chris. He must be taking the Southwest. Chris?
Oh, airplane.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was getting the plans.
Bob 6, Mexico.
We're going to have a plane that's arriving from St. George in the state of Utah, which I believe is in the middle of Monument Country, or the it's a beautiful, beautiful scenery, rock formations and such in southern Utah. So that plane's coming in next. That'll be American Eagle 4948, a CRJ 701 ER. And right behind that is American Flight 60 from Narita Airport in Tokyo, 787-8.
Yeah, you told me.
5,000.
Say again. Okay, I responded. No, it's not a come through. Clear to land, 18 right, American. See you.
All right, coming out of the skies now will be the Flight 60 from Narita Airport. It will have been in the air for more than 11 hours. So far, 11 hours and, 12 minutes, according to Flight Radar 24. And again, it's a 787-8 Dreamliner, which will be coming into our viewfinder in just a second or two.
Echo Alpha, hold short line left, airport.
We have another American international arrival coming up in about 3 minutes. It'll be American Flight 79 from London Heathrow, and that'll be a 777-200. But betwixt that Tokyo arrival and the London arrival will be an Embraer 175 from Fargo in the Dakotas. An Embraer 175 LR.
Yeah, I don't even pay attention to it.
I hate to, if I was at a game, I wouldn't like to see the clock ticking down. He's going to get bit to death. Yeah. These little chiggers will bite you. No, I don't think so. Because he was just watching it. If I ever go out there, it's going to be as far out as I can get, where they're almost going over your head.
Okay, yeah, that's where.
Crossing 18 left at Bravo and 25 American.
Well, yonder cometh the flight from Fargo. And then we'll swing around and catch the arrival of the triple from Tokyo.
Oh, did you? Yeah. I remember y'all took a trip down there once. I gotta get up at like 5:30. That's when I see you.
Okie dokie, we got the triple in our sights. You off? Good to see you again, Chuck.
One to left, Echo Fade, ground 25 on board.
Chuck Topo Chico Tolsma, one of our friendly Runway DFW members, subscribers, friend of channel. The unmistakable 777 roar. And it's just after, 4 o'clock here in the central time zone of the USA.
We'll continue with our story following station identification.
Live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, this is Runway DFW in color.
It's Saturday, May 27th, 2023. Welcome on in if you've just joined us. You're watching Runway DFW, live and in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas. So a little guy going up there. And you may have caught a brief peek of the A340 from Lufthansa, which is pulling out after a not pretty short turnaround. It's going to be going back to Frankfurt.
20 left at Whiskey Lima, then 85.
And we'll hope that it's going to take off over here on the west side of DFW Airport.
Just the facts, man.
Pleasure to meet you. So anyway, let's quit our music here and say welcome into another hour of Runway DFW. So we just said hello to Just the Facts Man. We are here for you. Satellite truck and all. And we'll see if we can get another view of the A340. That's not it, is it? I think that's the triple that just came in from Heathrow. Or no, the one from Frankfurt. No, yeah, the one from Heathrow. I'm all confused. But anyway, right behind, no, that's the one that came in from Narita. Sorry.
Bravo 2-1.
And then coming up right behind it should be the A340 that's going off to Frankfurt. I'd like to say a word of thanks to Emre Yurtis for a $2 super chat. Thank you, Emre. Here comes the 3040. Ken G is happy to see that. I always indicate why I like that plane so much, because it kind of echoes back to me the kind of general look of the Sorry about that swisheroo there. Just want to catch
Runway
this
18 left, line up and wait, American 2100.
United A320 coming in from Denver. It's flight 337.
Left with Juliet.
A beautiful aircraft. I don't know if I finished my thought, but to me it echoes back to the look of the original jetliners that DC hates and the 707s. Now this is a jumbo jet as opposed to a narrow body jet. But I don't know, just I like the way that plane looks. This is a 23-year-old plane. Oh, you know what? Because of the age of this plane, this gets to be jingled.
From the past, 1999.
Regrettably, it's going to be making the turn over to the east side of the airport. Now, it landed on the east side, and sometimes it will land there and take off from the west side, but today, east and east. And this may well be the last time we get a chance at Runway DFW to look at this plane.
Are we going to spot 142, I think?
Because Lufthansa, I believe it's next month, and next month is just a couple days away, is switching over to Dreamliner service from Frankfurt.
For departure, 2102.
So this beautiful bird will no longer be servicing this airport, so it's a loss because it's just another type of aircraft we won't get to see here on a regular basis anymore. So I'm just going to linger on this here shot as it goes over the bridge. We shall endeavor to bring the takeoff of this aircraft to you. Now, we won't get to see it actually lifting off from the runway, but we'll hopefully see it lift off over the buildings there on the east side of the airport. The A340, ladies and gentlemen. I see our pal Epic Toast Man is back. He says hello all. Actually, for some reason, our chat got way out of whack there. Stephen Ramey says the A340 headed to Frankfurt. Mu C says the Lufty A340, the most beautiful airplane, I think. I do like that plane. Well, at least we could see it, yeah? $757 Chip. Didn't I see you on with Kevin the other day there, Mr. 757 Chip, stopping by for a quick lurk while visiting the Critter and Grand Critter in the Seattle area. Well, so glad you could take a few moments out. Grand Critters are especially important to hang out with. Modified is our newest subscriber. Thank you, Modified. Tim Gonzalez, I'm on American Flight 1175 taking off on the west side. We were behind Lufthansa. So did I miss your flight? Jet Fuel says, sad to see it go. Love that plane, the A340. Alex McCutcheon says, hi, Walt. And I say hi back to you. Our moderator, Gerard, says, British Airways A350 original estimated arrival in 30 minutes. As we thank Dale Helton for some merch perch here at Runway DFW. And I don't mean to go overboard with this, but people did ask about it. So there's some of our merch. There's our address if you want to check out all your options. Merch.
Crosswalk at Whiskey, remember ground 2185
Okay, it's quieted down quite a bit here. I am looking over at the east side of the airport on the radar. It's beyond, and we were looking east now. That's the east tower there. And the planes there to the left, I believe, are at Terminal A. Hello? Oh, well, thank you. What's your name?
Tanner.
Tanner? Well, I'm Walt. Pleasure to meet you.
Sure.
So anyway, the A340, the Lufthansa A340, Flight 439 to Frankfurt, is lined up. It looks like it's second in line to take off over there. So what we'll do is we'll set up camera one and we will look for it to climb out from behind the terminal buildings there on the east side. We may even get to see probably get to see the tail go by in this shot here. So an American Airlines plane just took off for Atlanta. That's a 737, so its tail is not as prominent as an A340. Her, a Runway DFW member, says, hi, Walt and Runway DFW. Who designed your cool DFW logo? That was designed by, let me see. Was there anybody in the truck who knows who designed that? Oh, it was me. I'm the one who designed it. All right, let's see here. All right, looks like the A340 is in line to take off. So it is traveling according to kind of just moving very slowly according to Flight Radar 24 at the moment. And I think we lost our signal to our camera. What is happening? Yes, we have lost the signal to our camera. Oh, hello. Okay, it's back, I think. Plane is taking off, or is lifting off, or is rolling down the runway. I'm expecting to see it in this vicinity. And A340, where are you? There you are. Pretty far away, a little hazy, but there you go. In what could be, at least as far as Runway DFW is concerned, the last time we see this beautiful aircraft. Sure. Tyler Morrow says, hello, Walt, happy Memorial Day weekend. And we salute all of our military personnel and veterans, and of course honor those who lost their lives defending this country. Ken G said that's sad news on the A340. Well, I mean, the plane's still going to be flying, but just not here. So, but yeah, anytime we lose a type of aircraft which we don't otherwise see is kind of sad. Say hello to Wendy from Irving, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump from us here at Founders Plaza at DFW Airport. Well, we should just be about 20 minutes or so away from the arrival of the A380. In the meantime, American Eagle Flight 3888 is on the final approach. It's an Embraer 175 coming in from Montrose, which I believe is in Colorado. A word of encouragement from William Elkins, who says, Walt, such a good stream today. With part 2, keep up the great work. Thank you, William. Well, we have quite a good crowd here, as you can see. They'll be watching watching out for the A380. I don't know if they're all here for that, but could be. Lots of families. And we have a lone person. I'll kind of give you some perspective here. So here we are looking over the fence. We're looking kind of towards the east now. And we've got just one person over there camped out in a chair to get kind of the overhead view of the A380 coming in. He's got his selfie stick and everything. So so he's out sitting in his field. But yeah, the grass has grown quite a bit out there, and I think they do come and mow that every now and again, but as of right now, it's pretty long. And we got lots of people camped out right in front of us. Spreading out the blankets, having snacks.
What do you got? What do you got coming? Okay.
And I'm showing you all this because there's really nothing happening at the moment. It looks like Stonehenge over there, doesn't it?
How are you? Good.
Well, sir, we do have a flight coming in now. It's a flight 2472, American Airlines, 737-800, and this one is arriving from Santa Ana, California. And once again, we have lost our signal to camera 1, which is kind of a crucial part of our broadcast. You see a frozen frame there. I'm going to try replugging everything. Oh, I think we're back in business there. William Elkins with a suggestion. Walt, you need to reach out to the local UPS manager to see if they'll let you do a video like Kevin did on United. That's a good suggestion. Outdoor Dude, a member of Runway DFW, says the A380 16 minutes out. Trent said there was a female on the other side of the fence earlier today. Well, it was an optical illusion. Really, it looks like the other side of the fence because it kind of makes a cut over here. So there's the corner of the fence. And so it can look like somebody's on the wrong side of the fence, but anybody who's on top of that barbed wire, as we look at it, is on the authorized side of the fence. So now there's two people out there. All right, next to arrive is flight 2302, American Airlines from Querétaro in Mexico, a 737-800. As we enter our third hour of broadcasting or as I like to call it, fun casting on Runway DFW. This whole airport broadcasting thing is a little... Some people just don't understand it. You know, I guess the best way I can explain it is kind of like a podcast, but with pictures. So you all know what a podcast is.
What is that? I don't think I've ever heard you say that. They're not common?
Ken G says, do they advertise the arrival of the A330 there, 380 there? Well, no, it's just... I mean, it's easy enough to find out when it comes in. So, yeah, I don't think it's not a mystery. And there's only, as I said, there's only one, so people tend to kind of make an appointment to come out and see it. Per with a new acronym, doing fine, Walt, equals DFW.
Right, clear to land on board 3776.
Wow, it's looking like that camera, that feed has once again ceased to function. I don't know if our card is heating up or what's going on there. Well, we've got a bad cable. But before the 380 comes in, I might have to replace that card which connects our camera. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put on our disco soundtrack for a minute or two and see if I can get that working. So please stand by on Runway DFW and I'll be right back with you all.
Disco! All the best.
Well, we're really running into some technical issues, and I don't know if it's because of the heat, but our most expensive video card here has more or less ceased to function. So I'm still working on it. As you can see, our camera that goes out to the that's on top of the car has also gone out of focus. Well, that's interesting. And everything was going so well. So I have all sorts of cables here, which allow me to swap and change things out. And I'm getting a light on our cam link. So anyway, here's me. I'm trying to fix things. So this is probably this is the only camera that's left that's in focus, I think, aside from our truck. So anyway, bear with me. So I try one or two more things here. Let's try that.
You see something in the sky there, right? The one behind it. Figure.
No, so that is just...
Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, short of rebooting the computer, I don't know what I'm going to do here. Okay, so let's see. That camera works. So let me see if I can plug our main camera into that. So let me switch over to this, which is blurry. I know, don't worry. That goes out there. Where's that coming from? Okay.
This is it.
18 left, line up, wait on void 3597.
Oh yeah. Here it is. This one I'm gonna film.
This is very puzzling.
Arnav Lauren, 18 left, clear for takeoff on void 3597.
I don't really have many options left. And the problem is that I've got...
On the left, Whiskey Lima, then 4 total pointers, right on left.
So that camera is not even functional anymore. That's just giving me a still frame. Well, sorry folks. Is that camera even working anymore? Oh. Rats. Here comes the A380. Well, I was able to record it on our main camera, but our main camera is disconnected. But in layman's terms, we're kind of having a technical meltdown here at the airport. And again, I don't know if it's related to heat. It's not the hottest day. Yes, you heard the sound of it. And if I can get our main camera to if I can get it connected again, I can play it back for you, which is, I know, is not the same. But the Speedbird has landed, and we advertised it, and we couldn't bring it to you for whatever reason. Oh, hey, it's Greg says, well, it sounded cool. Tom Dixon sounded great.
Arnav Lauren, 18 left, clear for takeoff on void 33.
And let me at least go focus this camera. Hang on a second. All right, we have one camera functional, and that's the one that's not connected with any wires. Well, let me see here. So the question is, I don't know if it has to do with the computer overheating and not accepting these connections, or what?
3339 departure, see you.
Yes, we can do it. We can change this into a podcast. I can just describe the planes as they come in. So I have 4 different little connectors that are supposed to bring us, that are supposed to connect cameras to the internet. One is a very major brand, well regarded, kind of the standard of the industry. And when I plug it into the computer is not recognizing it. Let's see here. Then we have that. We have that camera, which I think is a still frame. And this camera is also generating a still frame. Oh, hey, it's Greg says, when you show us some tri-jet on an evening stream, we will have all forgotten about the 380. LOL. And a few trains at says, well, at least you're not being attacked by the sprinklers. Ralph Woodard says, afternoon, Walt, from Colorado Springs, Colorado. And just in case you're joining us now, this is the only camera we have working right now, which, so you can see way back in the background there, in the kind of the top center of the screen, a plane has just landed. Kevin says, would a reboot on off and on help? And it couldn't hurt. I just hate to, we're gonna have to start a different new stream. Let me take a look and see what's coming in or going out. And that might inform my decision as to whether we reboot or we get out. Well, the Finnair flight to Helsinki is estimated to depart at 5:21. It's about 30 minutes from now.
18 left, line of flight, American 644.
A China Airlines cargo 747, which we didn't see that one come in. That is scheduled to go out at 6:09. And the Singapore Airlines cargo 747, which we saw come in earlier, is estimated to go out at 6:45. I don't know if we can, if our batteries will hold out that long. So I think I'm going to call an audible here.
Good day, American 1497.
And I'm going to have to do some technical investigating and see what happened to all of our encoders. So what I'll do now is salute all of our great members while I scratch my head for a second. So from here at Founders Plaza, let's take a look at our latest membership list.
1660, switches, good day.
So I do want to thank all of our members. And of course, that list was compiled and pre-produced before this show. So if you've joined during this broadcast, thank you very much. And your names will be recorded for posterity on the next broadcast. So I think what we're going to do is push the button here and close things down. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and thank you for putting up with our technical difficulties there. We'll be back. I promise we'll be back. And there's a plane there kind of in the background. Oh, there's a 747 there. Do you see it there way in the background on the right, top right? Ah, it's a cargo lock. It's the not without my mask plane. Oh, well. So thanks again. Thanks to our moderators, the members of the Runway DFW Moderation Federation. And we'll see you next time. Happy contrails to you until we meet again under better circumstances.
Echo Alpha, hold short, 28 left, American 867.
Karen, I apologize if I mess things up. I'll fix that in time for the next one. Sorry, Karen. Thank you.
Stay tuned for The Price is Right, which follows at most of these CBS stations.
We hope you liked it. Too late to change it now.
Is Baby Bus only A380? Or is it anything below 320? I would think so.
But it has to wait for the No, they don't have to. They're not that far. They're about to turn on. They're going.
Alright, what? Your takeoff on way 2. Echo Bravo, hold short, 1 left American.